How's it going, everyone? I want to go over something today that maybe you guys have either overlooked, never thought of, or just might have slipped your mind, or don't really even care, I guess, at the end of the day. However, we're going to take a look at the difference between whether you invest now versus investing later. So I'm going to show you an example of somebody that's 30 years old investing versus waiting until you're 40 with pretty much the exact same strategy. So the strategy is going to be an initial investment of $5,000, contributing $500 a month there on out until you turn 65. So in the first example, we're going to show a 30-year-old investing $5,000 and 500 for every single month for 35 years. We're going to assume that we're going to be getting that 7% rate of return. Now, whenever you look at that, you have 35 years. You want to retire at 65. By doing that exact strategy, the $5,000 at the front end, $500 a month for 35 years, you're going to be close to $1 million. Now, that's a pretty decent lump sum of money, right? I mean, a lot of people are going to be able to retire comfortably at that number. However, most people nowadays, myself included, I mean, I waited until I was 30. So most people nowadays, they say, I got time, I got time. But the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to do it is today. So if you wait, we'll say in this example, 10 extra years. So instead of 30, you're now 40 with the exact same strategy, the $5,000 up front and $500 a month until you turn 65. Instead of 35 years, now you're only investing for 25. Now, that's still a long time, right? But we're going to show you what it does if you just take off 10 years from that initial investment. We come back over to this page and you see instead of having close to $1 million, you now are going to have $447,000. Now, if you look at that number, that's a drastic gap, and that's only 10 years, right? So that's almost $500,000 of missed opportunity that you're leaving on the table by not investing right away, by waiting and waiting and waiting and pushing that can down the road. And in order for you to recoup that investment to get to $1 million, if you're 40 years old, instead of investing the 500, now you have to invest almost $1,100. That's over double. And you're going to have to put in another investment of $117,000 of extra investment in order to even hit that 913 mark. So you can see it pays to invest early. The longer you wait, the harder you put the strain on yourself and your family. So why would we want to wait whenever we could start earlier and maybe retire earlier? See, retirement is not an age, it's a number. So the longer we wait to kick that can down the road, the longer it's going to take for us to retire. So the earlier we start, the sooner we can retire. And like I mentioned before, retirement is a number. It's not an age. If you would like to find out what your number is, the number that you need in order to retire, and maybe set up a plan on how you're going to get to that number, please, please, please feel free to reach out to myself or another financial person in your field, in your family, or somebody that you know and you trust that can help you find out what that FIN number is, your financial independence number, and help you develop a plan in order to be able to retire.